Hey everyone, thanks for tuning into the AFV factory. Today I thought we'd take a look at the next kit that I'm going to be building once I'm finished the E50, and it's this Trumpeter E-100 heavy tank with a Krupp turret. So their first E-100 release was back in 2008, which had a different turret to this one. The Henschel turret, I believe, off the top of my head. So this is a 2017 release with new parts, and obviously the new parts are the new Krupp turret, the hull, and everything else I would assume would be just the same as their 2008 release. So it's a big tank, and it's going to end up being a big model once it's built up. Just having a look at the box, it says the length is 311.8 millimeters and the width is 127.7 millimeters. But the overall parts are fairly low. It's only going to have 250 parts, so it should go together pretty quickly. So for those that aren't aware, the E series was supposed to be a new series of German tanks that standardized as many parts as possible so they could cut down on their production line times by having interchangeable parts. And the E-100 was at the upper range, being the heavyweight. Also the only one that actually made it off of the drawing boards, with a partially built chassis being discovered by the Allies at the end of the World War II. So I have built an E-100 before, with that one with the mouse turret, and that is the Dragon's kit. So without further ado, let's lift the lid and see what we've got inside. So we've got the instruction leaflet, pretty standard, just showing you what you need to have to assemble the kit. Usual parts sprue layout there, and yeah, again showing that there's not much involved in this. So yeah, all very straightforward and as you would expect to see from any model. And the paint suggestion with the turret in red oxide primer and the chassis painted with Dunkelglue. That's the only one, and obviously with this you can let your imagination run riot, as this never existed as a complete tank and obviously never saw active service. You can go to town with what you want to do regarding paint schemes. So let's have a look at these big parts first that we've got here. So the lower chassis is there. Let's get that in the light. So pretty basic. Just points for where the drive sprockets go and the idler. A few inspection hatches on there. But pretty straightforward. Ejector pin marks on the inside, so well out of the way. world's blunted scissors. So the upper hull part, massive turret ring on this, partly why the tank was so big, to support the weight of the huge turret with all the armour on it, and the 150mm gun, main gun. Got some cut marks on the armour plate there, and I don't know whether you'll be able to see these, but also weld marks, typical German engine deck. So yeah, nothing that stands out as being bad about this. You've got the power cable that goes down to the light, and then the brackets for which would hold on, or will hold on, the track guards. Yeah, so here's the turret, which again is a big boxy affair. Some better cut mark detail there, if I can get that into the light. It's more pronounced, although there's no surface texture at all on the sides and the roof, etc. I'm guessing this on the top part here would be a rangefinder. It looks like there's extra bits that go in on the side here, so I'm guessing that's for a rangefinder. So yeah, you can sort of start to see why this has got such a low parts count. You know, it's made up of big boxy bits for the superstructure and fighting compartment, so it's there's not a lot of detail there. And tracks, which are the rubber band type. Some people like them, some people don't. I've never had any issues with them, but that's just personal experience. But these are nice with detail, and hopefully should glue together well. The issue with rubber tracks is the fact that will the paint stay on them over a period of time. But otherwise I can't see there's going to be an issue with these. So I've got a small photo etch fret, again just at the standard engine grills, pretty straightforward there, and some basic decals, numbers, etc. Again, obviously this tank never existed in this form, so you can, if you have other decals you want to use, you can go to town with this. One thing that I do have, I'm yet to use, make sure I got this around the right way, yeah, is this, which is quite comprehensive with numbers, units there, so that's probably something I would definitely use on this, and so that'll be something else to try. So here we have one of the duplicate sets, which is made up of road wheels, idler, no drive sprocket. That must be, yeah, it's in another one. So pretty basic on the detail there, but I'm guessing it is what it is. This is how the vehicle would have looked. So if it was low on detail in reality, then it's going to be fairly low on detail in the model. Little swing arms. Again, everything as you would expect really from Trumpeter. I've built quite a few of those kits. You know, it's all clean. There doesn't appear to be any flash anywhere. Jet pin marks are normally hidden away where they are, so you don't see them once the build is complete. So you've got two, that's doubled up, one for each side. And so this one is sellotaped. I'm not sure why that was sellotaped, but the plastic is still sealed. So there you go. There's the massive drive sprockets. Minimal amount of teeth on them. And the suspension units. Big old shackles there. Few spare tracks. I suppose if you wanted to mount them on the side of the turret, you've got a few spares. And again, more road wheels. And here we have the bottom of the turret. The mantlet, which has got some really nice detail on the casting texture. I don't know whether that's showing up or not. Hopefully you can see that on there. And the secondary weapon on top above the barrel. So unlike the mouse, which had them side by side, this one was done with one on top. You get an option of two barrels. So these are slide molded, so they're just they're not two pieces, it's all one piece. So you've got the 128mm one there, which was the mouse barrel, or the one that I'm going to use, the 150mm barrel with the nice pepper pot muzzle brake. And quite often I replace barrels, as many of you do, I suspect, with aftermarket metal ones, but really to avoid the barrels that come in two segments. But you know, this is all one piece. It's perfectly round, no seams or anything. I don't see the point in replacing that, to be honest. And finally, We have the track guards, rear chassis parts. It's got tools in there. It doesn't show the vehicle having tools on them in the pictures, in the box art, but it comes with tools, so I may or may not use them. We've got engine deck cover there, and these are parts for the hull, where the shackles clip into those. Dinky little exhausts there. Obviously they're no smaller than anything else, but on a model or a vehicle of this size they do appear a bit smaller. Yeah, so that's it really. I mean, it wasn't anything that I was any different to what I was expecting, to be honest. You know, they're cleanly moulded, minimal or no flash that I've seen. Ejector pin marks are always hidden away, so those won't be an issue. Yeah, I'm looking forward to starting this. It's going to be a good kit. I am going to add, it doesn't come with tow cables, so I shall be making up some tow cables in the same way that I did with the ones that I'm doing on the E50, just with piano wire, well not piano wire, sorry, picture hanging wire. So I will add those to it, and that will probably be it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this kit. It seems on first appearance to be really nice. I'll soon find out. And thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe and comment, and I'll catch up with you soon.